Hi friends, Jennifer here with Jen Open Hearts, and I am in a beautiful wildflower field in Texas, and I am just tuning in, really inspired by a woman I saw on YouTube named Melinda, and I'm doing my own little version of it. So just happy to be here, happy to share it. I'm just going to share a little song that I just wrote because it's really happy, and I'm feeling really happy right now, and that's something that it's making me emotional. I really want to add that to the world in some way. So we're all capable of it. There's always a lot of shit that's happening, right? There's always challenges, but there's also always light on the other side. And so sometimes we forget that, but then we keep remembering. So it's a pattern that is common. It's a pattern that many of us sense and come into, but it's always possible to look on the other side. So this little song is just it's short, it's sweet, it's happy. So all I can say is I'm happy. All I can say is I'm free. All I can say is I'm happy, happy to be me. All I can say is I'm humble, humble to be me. All I can say is I'm happy, happy to be free. All I can say is I'm happy, happy to be me. All I can say is I'm humble, humble to be me. All I can say is I'm happy, happy to be free. All I can say is I'm happy, happy to be me. Woo! And that's just a little song that is amazing and shocking because I'm definitely someone who's on a deep, deep journey of self-love, and I know there's so many people out there who are on the same journey. I think it's the hardest journey, but I think it's one of the most beautiful ones and the most exciting ones. And if we put enough aligned action, intention, care, love towards ourselves, love towards our bodies, love towards our breath, that self-love is possible for all of us. I think what's really wild is that we're sold the mission of self-love, that self-love has to come from product XYZ, affiliation with XYZ, and that's kind of just like the shell, right? It's like that's all these things that are kind of like the layers of the onion. That's not really the true self that's inside. And that's something my husband and I talk a lot about, is like your self-love cannot be fueled by everything external, right? Some of that's childhood wounding, that's oh, mommy, daddy, please see me, somebody love me, but it's we have to kind of build our own wellspring, build our own life force energy, build our own vitality, so that way it comes from the inside out and it expands. And so when we're able to really truly love ourselves, when we give ourselves love and approval and acceptance, we kind of build this imaginary for some, this inner entity, this inner life force that's just springing to life, that's just wanting to be fortified and built and held, and to be soft and malleable and strong at the same time. It's we're kind of choosing to build that inner self-love that then builds the resiliency. So we're not looking for other things outside of us to kind of fill the holes inside of ourselves. So it's a really beautiful lesson, and it's something that we're all able to overcome and to connect with. And I think it's really empowering and it's exciting, and I think it really starts with the thoughts. So what are you thinking? How are you breathing? How are you holding your physical body? Because if you're holding your physical body in a certain way, your energetic body is going to be the same way too. So if I can build and work on my energy, and energy is like the unseen elements, this inner dialogue that I'm having with myself and with the universe, if I can build that up to a beautiful vitality, a beautiful sense of love, acceptance for the self, then my physical body is also going to mirror that. So we can kind of work with the emotional, energetic body, or we can work with the physical body. We can do both at the same time. So there's so many amazing tools out there, and many of them are free. We live in a world where we have access to all these amazing teachers, all these amazing people who are helping us come back to ourselves, come back to our center, come back to our wellspring of love, and to be really truly nourished by that. instead of the polling, where am I gripping for approval? How can I approve of myself? And so it's a lot to take in, but I know that what I'm saying is going to resonate with somebody out there, that it's like we're building our own inner wellspring. And even if we're in partnership, if we have an incredible lover, if we have all these beautiful things in our lives, that's great. That's kind of like the world or the universe is mirroring back to us what we are. So when we actually work on ourselves, work on our life force energy, work on our vitality, we're building, again, that resiliency that's going to be very magnetic towards the outside world, the 3D world, like coming into us. So I think it's cool. I think it's empowering. And I think it's good to have your own like toolbox of tricks of things that lift your spirits. And so for me, one of them is just counting my breath, a very simple practice. If I'm feeling the anxious pull of the mind that's running me in a loop that's like, uh-oh, I'm going down my negative town, hell no. How can I come back and point awareness into a new direction? Where does it need to go? Where can my thoughts go that is peaceful, that is gratitude, that is maybe breath awareness, that is body awareness? And I think it's part of a very simple, very ancient practice of like monitoring and being in the body. So it's like when we're in our minds, we're almost like traveling to other dimensions and other thoughts and other experiences of the self. But if we come back to the actual physical body, it's like that's reminding us of who we are and where we're at in this moment. We're safe, right? We can soothe ourselves. So self-love is just being in the state of acceptance of who you are and where you're at right now, and aligning yourself to the actions that need to take place to nurture yourself in the best way. So it could be resting when you need to rest. It could be getting something done. It could be nurturing yourself with good food. It could be breaking a pattern, right? Like there's the great book by Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. So like, where am I stuck in a loop and being myself? And how can I break that pattern and do something new? Like even this for me right now, I've been wanting to create so much, but I haven't really felt inspired to until this very moment. And it's like, it's so beautiful. Like put yourself in beautiful surroundings, dress yourself in clothes that you personally feel beautiful in. And that's something that I'm learning on my path a lot. It's like, there's so much noise and expectation in culture and society that says this is beauty, but beauty is actually how you perceive yourself to be beautiful. It doesn't have to look like everybody else's perception, and that's okay. We can all have our own definitions. We can all agree on what is beauty, but when we dress and we act and we feel and we speak in ways that are beautiful, we do the things that we think are beautiful, like singing. It's like a very fun childhood thing, but it's like our given birthright. So it's like just a cool reminder to step into the spaces of like doing what you think is beautiful, feeling into your own beauty and trusting that, and really being a witness to who you are in every moment. Like every moment's passing by, and who are you going to choose to be in that very next moment? So I'm getting a little off tangent, but I know it resonated with some, and just wanted to share this inspiration, this excited energy that's moving through me, because it truly is important to fuel your own self-love container. Like I knew I had to work today. I'm gonna work, but I was like, I need to be out here in this field. I need to be somewhere beautiful. I need to change my clothes and feel beautiful. I need to just be in this wilderness space of acceptance and of naturalness, and it feels very comforting. I need to bring the rattle and sing and hear my voice. I need to sit with cacao. All these things are calling on our hearts, and it's for a reason. And what's calling on my heart might be different for me than it is for you, and it's just trusting that wholesomeness, trusting that navigating these different pillars of your life and of your experience. Like, what parts of me need to be fueled right now? And right now it was my heart, and it was my body wanting to feel the sun. So thank you so much for listening. I hope there was some gem or something beautiful that you took away from this little ditty, and I just truly appreciate you. Thank you for listening, for tuning in, and for hopefully feeling some resonance of the joy that I feel in this moment. Thank you so much. Bye.